raise your hand if you know exactly what you're going to do in the future. Raise your hand if you know exactly what you're going to do. All right? Okay? Probably, what is that's 10% of you, right? It's 10% of you. Look. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm sure that things are going to be okay for you. I'm sure things are going to be okay. The truth is that things are not going to be okay for a lot of other folks. See, you're very lucky. And I don't know if you know that or not. I can tell you right now that because of the location of the school and the amazing staff, I have to say thank you so much to the people organizing this event. Absolutely amazing. The most professional event I've attended after the Congreso Futuro that was organized a few years ago. I can tell that, you're doing okay. Maybe your mom and dad are also doing okay. Because I'm sure to come to the school is not free, right? No, yeah, you do have to pay a little bit. It's fine. It's all good. Thinking all the opportunities you have and think how lucky you are. See, look, you're wondering now, what in the world is this guy talking about? Why he's telling me this? And let me tell you something very, very important. It's because I know. I've been there. I've been where you are. Long time ago, but I've been where you are. I'm 39 years of age, just super old, I suppose, as compared to your age. But listen, you're going to be okay. And the feeling of being okay is something you can't take for granted. Look, I'm supposed to come here and talk about science and talk about things and the amazing things we have done, Maya and my team, and so on. Listen, I can do that. I'm fine with that. But I cannot waste this opportunity to talk to you and tell you how lucky you are right now of being here, of having the future wide open. You can do really anything you want. There's no limitations. Well, but let me tell you something. There is a huge percentage of you, kids your age, that absolutely have no chance. And people tell them, yeah, you guys are going to be okay too, but they will not be okay. Listen, look, before I give you an introduction, what I want to do is to show you something. Geography. Let's learn some geography. Okay, I have the title up there so you know what this place is, but listen, raise your hand. I want you to be very honest. Raise your hand if you have ever been, not driving, spending a couple hours of your day in El Bosque. No El Bosque, not the one here, a couple blocks away. I'm talking about the El Bosque, the other side of Santiago. So raise your hand if you have been there for more than 2 hours. You guys? All right, 2 of you. Did you guys live there, or what's the situation? Would you be able to share with us? So you were helping folks down there. Thank you. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. Yep. He was there helping other folks. Okay, let me continue this exercise. San Bernardo is kind of a little far away. Who has been there? Only once. Okay, wow. Oh, hold on here. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Would you guys share why and how? What's the situation there? Why were you there? Playing soccer, right? Football, yes. All right, all right. Okay, one more question, folks. One more question here. How about La Pintana? Who has been there? More than 2 hours, not driving. I mean, never. Oh, wow, okay, we have 1 on this side, and then we have 2, 3. Wow. Would you be able to share the reason why you were there? Charity event. A charity event. So basically, they were, thank you, by the way, thank you so much, helping folks. Okay, let me tell you something. Well, let me share with you that I grew up there, right in the middle of the streets location, and and you were helping folks. Well, I was born and raised there. I wasn't there helping people. I was the one being helped. I was the one that you see and say, oh, poor guy, look, he's all dirty and filthy and speaks very differently than we do. His Spanish is not that eloquent. It's not that, has a lot of issues, right? Or maybe that's the people you were scared of. Because if you're walking, folks, I lived here. I grew up in this house. This is my house. Still my house. I was there Sunday. There. That's my house. I grew up there. And let me tell you something. Not very cozy. It's not very warm. And it's not really comfortable. And it's absolutely scary. I grew up here, and I went there on Sunday, and they almost stole my bag with my passport and everything else. The same people that I knew when I was 5 years of age, 10 years of age, those people wanted to steal my things. It's not a safe place, not safe at all. That's the place that I had to overcome. That's the place, that's my starting point. That was my start. And when I was in, you are in the, senior, some of you are in senior year of high school. Well, things were not okay for me. Now people tell you, you're going to be okay. How can you be okay if when you go to bed you're hungry, it's not okay? When you go to the university and trying to listen, and the teacher expects you to pay attention, and you're thinking of eating, it's not okay. And some of you know this. Some of you go there for a couple hours, spend some time, and then you go home. Let me tell you something. There is no vacation from being poor. When you're poor, there's no time out. You're poor, you're poor. If you're hungry, that's it. And you know the thing that hurts the most is not you being hungry, it's to see your little brothers being hungry, because they have no clue of anything what's going on. And the reason I'm sharing this with you, and I want to open this presentation this way, is because it's true. I know many people don't know. And people that live like that, they don't share this with you. They don't say anything. They feel shame. They feel shame, and they feel that embarrassed, absolutely embarrassed. They feel that they don't want to share things with you because they don't want to know. Hey, nobody wants to say that their mom is a janitor. My mom to this day works cleaning the bathrooms. My mom took another job. Now she's washing dishes in the Registro Civil. If you go to the Registro Civil, you'll see my mom cleaning the bathrooms. So please be careful and don't make a mess, because my mom's going to have to clean your mess. Not your mess, but everybody else's mess. My dad didn't go to high school. Who feels proud of that? Why would you feel proud of telling all these things? I'm supposed to be this big guy, this big scientist, right? I'm supposed to be this popular guy and talk to you all the amazing things I've done in my life. That's what I'm supposed to be here for. But why I'm not doing that? Because I cannot escape this opportunity of sharing this with you, because it's reality. Folks, you have a lot of opportunity, you have a lot of things that you can change. Listen to me. People, when you have a little less of money, and you talk, there's Spanish that's from people that live in these areas, people that don't treat you well. They do not treat you well. In fact, let me tell you something. When I was your age, people treat me worse than any other place in the world. I was in the United States working in construction, and they didn't treat me as bad as they were treating me here when I was your age. When people were telling me, Jorge, things are going to be okay, and I knew they were not going to be okay. How can things be okay if my mom made the minimum wage, my dad made the minimum wage? How can you pay for the university like that, really? How can you pay? I went to the bank to ask for a loan. Not even that they gave me, because my dad is a very humble guy, is still alive, and I love him so much. He's very humble, uses clothes that's very old, and we went to the bank, and he carries a plastic bag. He doesn't use like a bag like I do. Computer. He uses a plastic bag to carry things. And he's old, and life has treated him badly, so he works like that. And let me tell you, I went to the bank thinking that, okay, I'm gonna study. I wanna go to the university. And I went to the bank, asked for money so I can study, and they told me no. No, because you don't make enough. There's no way you're gonna pay. That's the starting point of everything. And then on top of things, people don't even treat you well. It's the basic level of respect. Folks, I'm telling you this because you can change this, and you are changing it. You are helping these folks. You're going down there, you're going to La Pintana, you're going to El Bosque, and you're helping, you're getting immersed, you're understanding that these folks are people. Hey, I was one of them. I'm a human, and I'm a guy, I'm a person. I have dreams. I love my family. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just live there, but I want to do good. Like those folks down there. My mom, believe me, my mom is a good person. She cleans. She loves to clean. Listen, my brothers, the little brothers that were hungry, that really hurts when you see them like that. Really, really hurts. My two little brothers that I saw going to bed hungry, which is the most painful thing. If you have brothers, who has brothers or sisters that are little, younger than you? Raise your hand. I do. More than half than you. Imagine going to bed thinking that they're hungry and they don't know what's going on. They go to bed and they say, hey, Jorge, my stomach kind of hurts. Is there anything to eat? Very casually, and you say no. That is an experience that made me the person who I am, and I work harder than anybody else. Listen, I'm not very smart. I'm supposed to tell you, okay, I do have a master's, I do have a PhD, I do have awards. Recently, the Department of State of the United States selected 3 scientists in the United States. I'm one of those 3 that have changed things. Great. I feel great. Love pictures. I put that stuff on Facebook, share it with everybody. Great. But the truth is, I am not that smart. I know smarter people than me. My IQ is not that high. Oh, but let me tell you something, folks. I can work out everybody. I can work more than 5 scientists together. I work way more than them. Why? That's my room, by the way. Beautiful view. I'm being sarcastic. So beautiful. I work harder than them because it took me 45 minutes to walk to school when I was in elementary school, and it took me an hour and 45 minutes to go to Barros Borgoño. Do you guys know Barros Borgoño? So I studied first in El Liceo. I studied first in high school in La Pintana for my first and second year of high school. Then they moved me up to Barros Borgoño. In any event, at the end of my high school, it took me an hour and 45 minutes to get there. And you know what? When it rains, it sucks. Because when it rains, you have to wait there with the bus, back in the day, and you have to just jump in the bus when the bus is full. And you go there, and you're getting all wet. And then you have to get out of the bus, and then walk for another half an hour. You probably know this. And then you get to school wet, cold. Because, this house doesn't have air conditioning. It's not very warm. And then you're supposed to learn, right? So all those situations put me in such an adversity. It sucks so much. It really, really sucks. It's not escape from it. You're just in there, and you got to figure it out, and you have to do it. You know things are not going to be okay. Who's going to give you money? Nobody's giving money away. But you got to figure it out. By the way, they never took English class. I have never taken an English class in my entire life. I just learned English because of using the skills I learned here. Walking, I know if you start early enough, you can walk and get there. I know if I leave early, I will get the bus. I know if I focus and concentrate, no matter what the noise level is, I can figure it out things and I can concentrate. Folks, at this time, I have 2 small children. And believe me, they can have a party and they can be fighting. There could be a parade in my house and my focus is sharp. Because I was able to study after being wet, cold, hungry. In the bus, when you sit down, you're lucky enough to sit down in the bus and I will study there. People will fight, the driver of the bus, honking all over the place, yelling at people. If you're able to focus on those circumstances, then the rest of the life is easy. My life now is the easiest life you can possibly imagine. I cannot stress that. My life is easy. Easy. You know what I do? I wake up at 4 in the morning, get to work at 5. I work an hour away, drive my car, drink a cup of coffee. This is in the US. And I feel amazing. Listen to the radio. Get to work at 5. I work until 5:30. Get home. Get home about 6:30. Spend time with my family, my kids, and do it again. Saturdays, I wake up at 5, so I sleep in an hour. Wake up at 5, work until 8, have breakfast with my family, I work again from 12 to 2, and spend the rest of my time with my family. Sunday, sleep in. It's Sunday until 5. So work again until 12, take a break, go to church, work from 12 to 4 this time, 2 extra hours. Why? Because I want to win. And guess what? I'm winning. And it feels amazing. And guess what? Nobody has given me anything. My mom couldn't give me anything. And my 2 little brothers, that were hungry and I felt so sorry for them, they are software engineers. There's got to be something here. I mean, this place is a magical place. So listen, if you want the secret, if you want to take a tour, I'll take you there. You want to spend the night, you may need some bodyguards because it's dangerous there. But it's something special in this house. What is it? What is so special? Well, I don't know. Here's where I work right now, folks, and I always talk too much about those sort of things, but here is where I work. This is a biomechanics research building. So this is the only center in the United States fully dedicated to research in biomechanics. You're wondering what biomechanics is all about? It's the mixture between mathematics, physics, and human movement, right? We have about 80, actually right now we have about 100 employees. And all we do here is research, all day. It's a multi-million-dollar facility, and you can see it back there. That's my boss, the one that gave me an opportunity when I did my master's. Because folks, so when I got to the United States, I went there because I met my wife. My wife was an American that she was visiting around El Quisco. You know El Quisco? Quisco? Yeah, beautiful. She was visiting there, and I was the lifeguard. Because I was trying to make money so I can pay for my university. Remember, my mom and dad didn't have enough money. So I picked the most dangerous work, most exciting type of job to pay for my university, which I pay 100% by myself. Met this wonderful woman, typical American, taking pictures all over around. Met her, she met me, and we fell in love. She took me to the United States, and guess what happened there? What do you think happens down in the United States? I started working, right? You know what I did down there? I had these dreams because I studied physical education, so I thought, I'm gonna teach in the United States. I'm gonna have money. I already went to school. I paid for it. Great. And I got there and they said, nah, you need to start all over again. But I don't have money to pay. I just got married. Had to work in construction, landscaping, so digging holes, and for a year and a half, and there I was. I said, I already went to school. I figured it out. I felt successful, but not there. Work. went to an interview to do a master's in a biomechanics laboratory with no experience. That guy, which is one of the most, he has been nominated for a Nobel Prize. I mean, that type of guy, this guy here, Greek. He said, what do you know? And I said, I know nothing, but I can learn and I can work harder than anybody else. Well, he told me, let's see it. Let's see that. He gave me a chance. You know what? I slept in his office because I didn't have an office. I said, may I sleep here? Absolutely, he said. Whole semester, sleeping there, working 18 hours, I counted daily. And you know what I learned biomechanics? I learned how to use the whole equipment. At that time, he only had a little room with equipment. So I was fixing it, know how to use it, teaching other people how to use it, and making new equipment. Because he said, wait, this is easy, I can do that. Put these two cables, a little board, electronic board, hey, it worked. Well, what happens is that this guy is so smart that NASA and the Department of Defense in the United States gave him like $20 million to start a new center. And that's the center. And guess who is the right-hand man of this guy? Me, right? So all of a sudden, I said, you know what, this center is not big enough. I told my boss. I said, you know, Nick, it's like a dad to me. It's like a secondary father, right? Hey, Nick, I told him, this center is not big enough. It's the biggest in the United States. We need to be the biggest in the world. And he said, sure, let's do that. By the way, Nick Sturgeon's mom, he's a single mom. Nick Sturgeon was really poor as well, so we get along very well. He said, you know what? Let's ask NASA and the Department of Defense for more money so we can build prosthetics. Now it's the biggest center in the world, and we're doing things that I would never imagine I was gonna be doing, and we're helping folks. Folks, the money we get here, we don't pocket it. It's not like I make a bunch of money. I don't make very much money. I don't need very much money. But you know what we do though? We help people around the world. And this is how we do it. But I'm from Chile though, right? So the first thing I do is to worry about my folks, my people, the people that, that didn't treat me very well. The people that kind of looked at me and said, this guy is like flighty. That's me. I didn't know I was flighty, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I was trying to talk to people. I was trying to, figure it out. I was trying to be somebody. I'm sorry if I was born in that place and they put that classification. I mean, it was not my intention. I wish it would have been different. However, I decided to help out. So now, a lot of the people that really didn't treat me so well needed help. But I was born in Chile. It's the place that I love the most. And we team up with an institution that's doing amazing things. Teleton. It is an absolutely amazing thing. Those folks working in Teleton, you have no idea. They work very hard to help children. So he said, okay, let's start some centers, for 3D printed prosthetics. So raise your hand if you know a little bit, or if you have seen in the news or somewhere, 3D printed prosthetic hand. So raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about, because you may not know. Okay, so we have 1, 2, so you know what I'm talking. 5 here. Okay, okay, so we have some people raising their hands. We have some of them here. Okay, thank you. So that gave me some perspective. So let me give you an idea how this works. So basically, we design a prosthetic device. Prosthetic devices are expensive. In the United States, we have something that's called insurance. Do you know what insurance are in the United States? Have you heard about that? Raise your hand because you may not know this. Okay, so listen, let me explain this. So in the United States, it's something called insurance. So basically, they take money from your paychecks, and if you need a medical need, They pay for it, or for most of it. For some weird reason that I don't know yet, insurance do not pay for prosthetic hands for children. They pay for adults, but not for children. No clue what's going on there. So if you are missing a hand, sorry, you're out of luck. You're going to have to pay either between $5,000 to $50,000, which is ridiculous. But in any event, we started a project with my son. I modeled this hand, of course, trying to do a hand that's biomechanically appropriate. My son didn't like it, so he said, you make a hand like that, Daddy. That's the hand that's much better, like robotic hand. And folks, let me tell you something, because that's something so important, because I said, oh, this can change the prosthetic industry. Because back then, this was in 2012. Before that, there were no prosthetic hands. All the industry was doing prosthetics that look like a human. I mean, we all know they're fake. They look fake, but we pretend that's like a human hand. My son said, instead of making it look like pretend hand, just make it look robotic and make it cool. And we did that. That concept was new. So we designed the hand and so on. We open sourced it. And people ask me, look, you know what, do you guys, raise your hand if you know what open source is, or what open source means. Not many of you. Okay, let me see. Open source means that you take something that has an intellectual property and you give it away to the world. And you make it public domain. So let's say I have an invention, and I say, you know what? This invention can save people's life. I'm going to give it away to the world. So technically, the cyber beast, you own it, 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 and you own it. All of you guys own it as much as I do. So what this plastic hand does, it gives the opportunity to children that don't have a hand to send a picture to us or to our associates, our friends, collaborators. They take a picture of the hand, we get this picture, we take measurements, we develop a hand prosthesis like this, and we send it to them at no cost. It's not little cost, in fact, we pay them to use this hand that they need because they're research subjects, so we pay them. How much we pay them? $100. Sometimes $200. Sometimes I get generous like that because I have so much money now. Not my money, research money, and I spread it out. Don't tell this to NASA, Department of Defense, because they wouldn't like that. And this hand works like this. If you don't have fingers, you put your hand here, warm the bottom up with a heat gun, expands, you put your little hand there, and then you flex your wrist, and it closes. It's mechanical, no electronics. Why? Because it's for kids. If you put electronics, the kids is gonna get it wet, and then it's not gonna work. I know how to build circuit boards. Of course I know. I developed a bunch of electromyographic sensors. I know how to do that. But that's simple. That's something that people can use around the world. Anyhow, we form a nonprofit organization. So here's the thing, folks. We went ahead and open sourced this hand. Thousands of people around the world were downloading the files and printing it, using it, and sending us pictures like that. And we went, oh my goodness, this is crazy. I was in my house, in my basement, getting 500 emails a day with pictures of people using this, and I didn't know what to do. And I told my wife, this is crazy. And of course, industry came into the picture. You know what industry means? Industry, business, folks. So I met this guy, owner of 8 biomedical companies. He said, I'm the man. You need to talk to me about this. And he said, hey, look at this. How about I give you a check with money, you keep it, you take your little hand you have online, put it down, and keep quiet for 5 years. What do you think I did? You tell me, what do you think I did? What? No, go to hell? No, I actually didn't say that. You know what? You know what? No, let me be honest. You know what I did? I said, absolutely. Absolutely. You know why? Because I'm human. And somebody was offering me the opportunity to change my life. With $2 million, there's a lot you can do. And I thought I'm going to take my wife that helped me so much. My wife, listen, my wife, she put me through school. My wife, the American girl, she paid for the bills when I was doing my master's and PhD. She was the money maker. I thought this lady that loved me so much and paid for my education, that felt compassion for me and loved me more than anybody else, I'm going to take her to Hawaii. I'm going to buy my kid 5 bicycles because I didn't have a bicycle. I want him to have 5. I'm going to improve my house. I'm going to spend time with my family. Finally, I made it again. Because that's the truth. That's what I thought. I went back home, and guess what? I had to talk to my son. And you know what my son told me? After I told him, I'm going to buy you a go-kart. I'm going to buy you 5 bicycles. We're going to take a family vacation to Hawaii. You know what he told me? He told me something very valuable. He said, how about the kids without hand? How are they going to get their hand if you put this down for 5 years? What can you say to that? Not much, right? So to make the story short, left the hand there, and yes, at the end I told him, yes, you can go to hell. I told him that. I'm sorry about the language. I did say that. And you know what? It was the best possible thing I did in my life. Here, all the people that have benefited around the world. 3D printing now is huge. Raise your hand if you know or understand a little bit of 3D printing. Raise your hand. I'm expecting at least more than half to. Okay, yeah, you guys, okay, perfect. So I don't have to explain it, right? 3D printing is huge. It's changing the way how we do things. In fact, now these days, what am I doing? I'm developing prosthetics, medical devices for the military, for NASA, and for Children's Hospital. I'm doing things I've never imagined I was doing. And once again, remember, my IQ is average or below average because of all the asbestos, you know, in those houses that I show you there, asbestos was, that's what the roof was made of, asbestos. And I don't know, it has some health effects, so I think affected my brain in some way. But I'm not that smart, I'm just not. But folks, I can tell you that I sleep 4 hours in a good day, and I have energy than nobody else, and I can work. The only person that works more than me is my boss, nobody else. I've never met anybody that works more, and I love it, Let me tell you something about upper limb differences. People missing limbs, the CDC, which is the entity that controls, knows all the statistics, say, hey, there is 3,500 children born with this sort of thing. And guess what? They're 100% wrong. Because I surveyed, you remember this E-NABLE stuff, this nonprofit organization I formed? Well, I had access to data from people around the world. And I can tell those guys, wrong. There's way more, twice as much. And they got so scared and said, oh my goodness, really? Yes, give me some money, I'll figure out a way to tell you exactly how many they are and how we can help them. And they did. And they didn't give me few change. By the way, when I say money, I'm talking about research funding. I'm not talking about money for me. I have enough, I get a paycheck, I'm good. Money for the laboratory, for our center. And they did. So there's so many kids. And now these folks that are making this expensive, look at this, $50,000 for a myoelectric hand that's not even waterproof. This thing, you give it to a kid, it gets wet, you're done. You have to wait like 2 months to get an appointment. Somebody has to fly from the Netherlands to fix it, and then you have this fancy hand that gets wet and it doesn't work. So we decided to build something that's more practical, the kids like and they can use it, for only $35,000 pesos cost. And you know who pays for it? I do. Because I have so much money now. I can pay for everything. And we work with devices that are, are devices like this, we like the Wolverine. Kids really like this stuff. Spider-Man and things like, we go to Nigeria and provide hands like that. And hey, we go to Johns Hopkins. You know Johns Hopkins, right? We go down there in Johns Hopkins, give them a little lecture, so they can learn few new things. We go to the National Institute of Health. They have our hand there. By the way, the National Institute of Health is the largest funding agency in the world. That means they have so much money that I want to get so I can help people. It's great. Look at this. NASA, oh yeah. Did I tell you that I helped take a 3D printer in space? A 3D printer in space. So we can help astronauts getting devices in case they have a wrist injury or some sort of device that they may need. We did that. And of course, this media attention from the New York Times and BBC and CNN and all kinds of shows. Berkeley, Berkeley, are you familiar with Berkeley? It's a little small institution in the United States that does some engineering work. We work with them and so on and do all kinds of things. The hand was nominated as one of the best inventions. This is in the world, one of the 5 best inventions in the world in 2014. Can you imagine if I would have sold that thing? It would never existed. And because of all these things, I'm so lucky that I'm gonna go to the White House. Not so sure about meeting the people working there, but I'm excited about going to the White House and be able to give a lecture. And they may kick me out of there, I feel, after the lecture. So it's gonna be interesting. Anyhow, we have so many things, I have so many things to tell you, so many things to show you. But I'm running out of time, folks. I'm running out of time. Look, 3D printing, if you're looking for something to do in the future, folks, biomechanics, engineering, 3D printing, look, those things are not institutionalized yet. But if you go to the United States, for example, if you go to work with me, if you want to work with me in my lab, hey, I'm always looking for students. Folks, I have a lab. I employ, in my lab, we have 16 people. 10 of them are master's degrees. So if you want to, you can go there and do a shadow in my lab, work with doctoral students, master's students, come back to Chile, figure out what you want to do. If you want to go work with me, you can. Go. Take the opportunity. You're from Chile. I'll take you there. You can stay in my house if you want. I don't care. Go and change the world because you have that opportunity. You have it there. I don't know if you have felt hungry before or not, but when you do, you learn so many things. If you haven't felt hungry, I highly recommend to isolate yourself, go camping somewhere in a mountain, and don't eat for a couple of days and see how you feel, because it really teaches you a lot of good things. It really does. It gives you focus. Buy the book, Ideas and Opinions of Albert Einstein. Get that book, Ideas and Opinions of Albert Einstein. Don't eat for 2 days and try to understand what the book is saying. Good training. With this, folks, listen, I can never finish this presentation. I'm so sorry, but it is like halfway. However, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna open it for questions because I know there are gaps and things that you don't know and you wanna know. And please listen, this is a very safe environment. I'm a very easy to talk guy. Ask a question. Don't feel afraid. Don't feel shy. Ask any question you want, anything. I'll try to answer it, okay? Is that good? Are you going to do that for me? All right. Thank you. How did I figure it out, the mechanism of the hand? Oh, good question. He's asking, how do we figure it out, the mechanisms of the hand? We looked at our hands, and we say, hey, when you extend the wrist, the hand closes. When you flex the wrist, really, the hand opens. So let's make a device that when you extend your wrist, it closes. And we did that. And you know what happened? It didn't work because people got epicondylitis. It's an inflammation to the tendons called tennis elbow. because the extensors of the forearm are not power muscle, the flexors are, so we changed the biomechanics of it. Once again, biomechanics, observation, develop a hypothesis and tested it. And now we develop a device that works the opposite of a human hand, which is with flexion of the wrist, it closes. Nothing like the human hand, but it's practical. So yeah, we figured it out, we fail, and then we fail, and then we fail again, and now it's still failing because it doesn't work that well. I am not happy with it, but I'm still changing it. So, does that answer your question? Good?
I just want to know your opinion, because you're techie guys.
So basically, he wants to know the opinion about about going to the US because it's busy, complicated, it's difficult, and all those things. Well, let me tell you, it's so much easier than living in the house I show you. It is just so much easier. I cannot imagine an easier life. So, yeah, of course, you have to prove yourself. It's not like they give you anything. But you know what? Something I've noticed in the United States is that they don't care if you have or don't have money. They don't even care how you look, really. That's my perception, okay? That's my perception. They don't care. Nick Sturgeon, this Nobel Prize guy, looked at me and said, sure, you think you can work harder? Let's see it. You show him, and then they give you the chance. It's so much easier. I would say it's not a complicated system. It's an easy system. It's just easy. And I don't know, how can it be easier? It's very easy. Yeah, you have to take the TOEFL test. You have to take the GRE. Oh, but those things are so easy. Well, the TOEFL, I failed it 3 times. The GRE is so easy because it's math. Mathematics, it's easy. But TOEFL, the English was hard. You can tell you have a little bit of an accent. Oh yeah, I can't get rid of that because, English is difficult. But the system is easy. Go. Don't hesitate. Just go and get it done. What else do you have to lose? If you don't sleep for a couple of days, so what? Humans can tolerate that very well. You learn the things you need to learn it. You change your mind. You get it done. I don't know what else to tell you. More questions.
Do you personally feel the working in prosthetics such as the Cyber Beast hand has helped integrate people with disabilities into society, or has made their lives easier and normalized them in a way?
Yes, so basically, we do self-esteem improvements and the quality of life. We have found in our research that the CyberBeast has improved self-esteem. Kids, when they go to our laboratory, they usually go with their hand in the back, like that. If they are missing a hand, they go like that. And when we give them the hand, independent if the hand works or not, they go like that. And they like it pink, purple, yellow, all kinds of colors with lasers and things like that. So self-esteem is improved. Quality of daily life, some. Because the hand is limited, has very low grip strength, so you can't really grab things that are very heavy, but you can grab objects, small objects, such as, this little soft toy and things like that. Yeah. So somehow, so here, to answer your question a little bit, here you can see the dexterity level that you can get. Move those little boxes, they are 1 inch by 1 inch. They can put their hand themselves. Hey, that's a big deal there. That's a big deal because kids don't want any help. They don't want to put a harness and mom and dad helping them. They want to do it themselves because they are so stubborn. Kids are, the teachers know this, right? The kids are stubborn. They can do it themselves. Look at that. Themselves, easy, grab objects. So yeah, it does improve functions, but it's not the best. I have to be honest with you. We have some work to do. Somebody else?
Mechanics.
Oh, why did I choose biomechanics? Because of physics. You know what? I don't know. I always have huge passion for Albert Einstein. The special and general theory of relativity, quantum physics is something that I really like. The first, without knowing English, the first English book I read, and I still have it, and I still read it once in a while, is Ideas and Opinions Ideas and Opinions of Albert Einstein. Folks, if you want to read a book that's going to change your life, read Ideas and Opinions of Albert Einstein. It's the best book I've ever read. Huge. So that's why, basically, because of physics and numbers, it's so passionate.
¿En qué estás trabajando ahora? ¿Cuál es tu proyecto actual? ¿O sigues explorando
Mi
las
proyecto actual, déjame ver, les muestro. Mi proyecto actual, vamos a avanzar en el tiempo. Proyecto actual, les cuento. El proyecto actual que estamos haciendo es modelos anatómicos. Déjame ponerlo acá. Muchas gracias por preguntarme eso, que es un video. Modelos anatómicos. Mira, entonces, the surgeons have a huge problem, is that they never get a chance to practice the surgery. So if you have an open heart surgery or a surgery in the spine, you can't practice that if you're a surgeon. You just go there and you do it, and you messed up a lot of times. So what we have done, we take the MRI and CT scans, medical imaging, take those images, convert them into STL files, three-dimensional file, and print them with the same density and weight of the human organ. So the surgeons then can practice examining the segment they're going to operate on and those things. So this is changing the world of surgery, because now surgeons can do a better job, insurance companies are saving money, administrators of hospitals are able to do this faster, they do more operations per day. What they used to do is people are going nuts for this thing, and we offer this at no cost. What you see there is a Chilean girl, 6 years of age. Her name is Natalia. She had a huge tumor in the spine. Surgeons here in Chile had a very big issue operating that tumor. The family contacted me and said, "Hey, Jorge, is something you can do?" I said, "Absolutely, you betcha. I'll build you an anatomical model." At that time, was one of the first ones in the nation, was many years ago. And Natalia's surgery went well. She's a little bit better because the surgeon was able to practice the surgery and make an implant ahead of time. So as you can see, I love my country, I love children, and I love to help out. And yes, it cost me a bunch of money. Hey, I had to buy a $500,000 machine to get that done. And I have it, it's there, and Natalia is going to have anatomical models and their surgeons for the rest of their life, for free, no problem. Thank you for asking.
¿Por qué elegiste en específico como hacerlo en la mano prostática en vez de como cualquier otra parte del cuerpo?
Porque, mira, eso era un tema regulatorio. Lo que pasa es que cuando uno hace implementos prostéticos del tren inferior, el FDA, ¿conocen al FDA? Ellos tienen regulaciones muy estrictas. Entonces, si nosotros le hacemos una pierna a un niño de plástico y la pierna se rompe, yo me voy a la cárcel. Y no quiero porque tengo hijos y quiero ayudar a más personas. Así que, por lo tanto, eso, la verdad que empezamos a hacer manos, cositas, porque no tienen el efecto de la gravedad. La gravedad está más en los implementos del tren inferior. Pero, oye, estamos haciendo, mira, deja contarte una historia que no sé cuánto tiempo. Mira, esta es la máquina que nos compramos. Esta es otra máquina, imprime metal. Ahora no es plástico, imprime metal. Es una máquina de $500,000, no es tan cara, $500,000. Y construí una pierna, un assistive device para personas que están en wheelchair y no pueden caminar. Entonces yo vi que la NASA tenía una mochila súper complicada para hacer caminar a personas con paraplegia. Y yo dije, pero es muy complicado, hagámoslo más barato, más simple, y hicimos eso. Y funcionó, sí, 60%, no funciona muy bien, pero vamos, en 5 años más yo creo que va a estar. Y eso, y ahí hemos hecho otras cosas también prostéticas del tren inferior. Pero eso, ¿respondí tu pregunta? ¿Sí? ¿Más?
¿Cómo lo hiciste? Tu vida, por lo que has contado al menos, ha sido dura. Naciste en una familia pobre, tuviste que trabajar bien duro para pasar por el colegio, siempre hubo el problema de la plata. Cuando fuiste a Estados Unidos no se te hizo más fácil. ¿Cómo lo hiciste? ¿Qué te mantuvo yendo hacia adelante?
Sí, no, esa es una pregunta bastante buena. ¿Sabes tú que yo creo que la adversidad que uno vive en tiempo muy temprano, la adversidad igual ayuda un poco? Es por eso que yo les digo, si no tienen adversidad que es natural, orgánica, hagan adversidad artificial. Yo a mis niños los llevo a acampar por unos cuantos días y les digo, mira, si no pescan, no comen. Y mi señora... Y espera, es que hay una lección. Mi señora me dice, mira, si esto se entera el Servicio Nacional de Menores, nos vamos a quedar sin hijos. Pero la verdad es que hay responsabilidades si el papá y la mamá no van a estar ahí para darte la comida todo el tiempo. Y le enseño a mis hijos algo muy importante, la vida no es justa. Si alguien te embarró, te embarró. ¿Y qué vaya a hacer? ¿Te vas a quedar ahí o vaya a seguir adelante? La vida no es justa. Si tú te sientes víctima, olvídate de eso. No hay que ser víctima. Uno se siente víctima por algún motivo. Nadie te debe nada. Y tienes que trabajar por lo que necesitas. Entonces yo mesada no les doy, lo hago que corten el pasto. Y a veces les pago, a veces no. Y los llevo a pescar y les digo, si no pescan, no comen. Y el de 5 años me reclama porque le cuesta pescar, si tiene 5 años. Pero digo, bueno, eso no es mi problema, pues, hay que pescar. Y pasan hambre, no sed, porque el agua tiene una función fisiológica bastante importante. Agua sí, no comen. Y cuando tienen hambre y están mañosos, les doy un challenge, para ver cómo lo soportan, y por lo general no han pasado el test, porque son chicos. Pero en el futuro, ojalá aprendan. Sí, lo que pasa es que la pobreza, muchachos, te da algo tan importante. La pobreza como que te da algo bastante importante que, digamos, te ayuda a pasar las cosas malas por algún motivo, y siempre con optimismo. Porque como yo les dije, no hay vacaciones de ser pobre. Si uno cuando eres pobre, chuta, tenés hambre o te querés comprar unas zapatillas bonitas porque estás aburrido de andar con zapatillas con hoyo y cosas, no hay time out. Entonces uno tiene que tener una actitud positiva y ver el futuro y pensar que en el futuro las cosas van a ser distintas. Y mira, y fueron distintas. Ahora yo vivo en una casa en Estados Unidos, tengo 20 hectáreas, tengo una casa grande, que yo encuentro grande, mi señora la encuentra chica, se la va a ampliar. Pero algo que hago también hasta ahora, hasta el día de hoy, es que yo no uso teléfono celular, smartphone. Nunca he usado y nunca voy, bueno, no puedo decir nunca voy a usar, pero estoy intentando de no usar. Y gracias a Dios las cosas me han resultado bastante bien. Porque necesito mi mente para pensar en cosas como ayudar a la gente. No quiero estar ahí con una pantalla, quiero pensar en cosas locas y hacerlas, porque como tengo tanto financiamiento que... imprimimos unas córneas hace poco, imprimimos una córnea y a lo mejor estamos a un paso de curar la ceguera de córnea, que igual bien. Así que por eso, y eso es gracias a no tener, digamos, el teléfono celular y acordarme siempre de quién soy y no sé cómo decirle, el esfuerzo.
Yo tengo una pregunta también.
Sí.
Entendí perfecto tu respuesta que le hiciste a Baltasar, pero mi pregunta es, ¿qué te diferencia a ti o cómo tú lograste algo que el 99,99% de los niños de tu situación en Chile no logran? ¿Qué te diferencia a ti o cuál es la receta para que esos otros niños que viven en la misma casa que tú viviste o parecida puedan lograr lo mismo que tú, que me parece asombroso?
Sí, muchas gracias por las palabras. Muy bonito lo que me dijo. Se lo agradezco. Pero miren, la verdad, una de las cosas importantes es mi abuelita. Mira, mi mamá deprimida y triste porque nunca nos iba a dar lo que nosotros nos merecíamos. Pero ¿cuándo una mamá te va a dar al hijo lo que se merecen? Es difícil, porque la mamá los quieren tanto los hijos que no, es difícil. Mi papá también, amargado porque no había plata y todo ese asunto. Era alcohólico también, entonces estaba medio complicado. Pero ¿saben ustedes que mi abuelita me miraba y me dice, oye, Jorge, oye, ¿tú qué soy puta, tú que soy esforzado, Jorge, oye, tú que haces las cosas bien, tenés buena cabeza, Jorge, me decía mi abuelita. Mi abuelita no fue ni siquiera al colegio nunca. Y ella es del campo, de Talca, en Talca. Yo estuve en Talca el sábado, comimos un asado, todo bien. Y mi abuelita me decía, Jorge, y todavía me dice, Jorgito, usted es tan inteligente. Mi abuelita siempre me dijo, Jorgito, usted va a hacer algo, pero increíble. Y en vez de estar deprimida y triste como estaba mi mamá y mi papá por la situación, mi abuelita dijo, no, si usted va a hacer, yo creo que usted tiene una mente biónica, Jorgito, me decía, porque usted puede hacer, estas cosas que dice a veces son tan profundas, Jorge. Y ella, mi abuelita, me la creí.
Nunca he pensado en volver a Chile y quedarte acá. ¿Cómo se ha portado contigo el país? Como me llama la atención lo importante y los logros que hay hecho y que en general yo creo que acá no muchos te conocíamos ni teníamos idea de tus proyectos ni nada. ¿Cómo ha sido el país contigo? Como...
Buena esa pregunta. Igual, lo primero que tengo que admitir es que mi señora no me deja venir a vivir. La señora manda. Mira, todos los profesores aquí, varones, pueden decir que no mandan, pero mandan. Todas las mujeres mandan en la casa. Ustedes saben, por la mamá, es la mamá manda. Mi señora no me deja venir porque tenemos una situación bastante buena en Estados Unidos, nos está yendo bien. Lo otro es que, sí, mira, en un momento me trataron súper mal. Pues yo me acuerdo, fui a buscar trabajo en un gimnasio para trabajar. En vez de ser salvavidas, dije, voy a trabajar en un gimnasio, hacer algo. Yo le dije, por último, limpiando, lo que sea. Me dijeron, no, es que tú vives en el bosque. No, este es un gimnasio de prestigio, no te podemos tener acá. Igual malo. Pero dentro de todo, la gente a veces hace las cosas así por falta de conocimiento y falta de entendimiento. Yo creo que les voy a dar un chance más. Y ahora he traído todas estas cosas que estamos haciendo, intentando de mover acá, las estamos haciendo acá con la Universidad Autónoma, estoy trabajando con Hugo Palza, no sé si lo conocen, Humberto Palza, de la Universidad de Chile, y la Universidad Católica, y con la Teletón. Entonces estamos haciendo bastantes cuestiones para traer, digamos, la tecnología en Chile, pero a mí me gusta vivir en Estados Unidos, porque es fácil. Voy al trabajo, llego llego temprano, hago mis cosas, y nadie me controla, tengo libertad y gasto plata a veces, compro máquinas que no funcionan y para puro arreglarlas nomás, pero todo bien, todo bien. Entonces es difícil volver ahora al país ya con una mentalidad más abierta, ¿no es cierto? Y que igual Chile tiene una mentalidad que no es tan abierta, ¿sabes? Yo he trabajado con compañías en Chile que dicen, no, nosotros estamos contentos con hacer esta innovación y la queremos vender al tiro aquí en Nacional. Yo hace poco me contacté con unos muchachos que están haciendo un material antibacterial de impresión 3D y ellos, no, pues choro los cabros, dicen, no, nosotros vamos a ir mundial. Y ahí ese tipo de gente con la que yo me contacto y trabajo, pero por lo general, igual en Chile hay una mentalidad que como que no se cree en el cuento mucho, y se lo deberían creer. Hay gente muy inteligente en Chile, muy esforzada también. Pero no, yo me quedo ahí, no, estamos bien allá. La parcelita.
Sí, ¿el material que se usa es reciclado, sustentable, biodegradable o algo así?
Gracias. Sí, pues mira, si el material es de choclo, la resina de choclo también viene con un compuesto de choclo, maíz, y es biodegradable, por supuesto, biodegradable y es eco-friendly. Y por eso el material que nosotros usamos más. Ahora lo tenemos incluso antibacterial, imagínate, con partículas de copper. ¿Por qué copper? Porque es chileno, ¿o no? A Codelco, un saludo a Codelco, no sé si están grabando eso. Codelco, gracias por la nanopartícula. Bien, Codelco. Mira, lo único que yo les podría decir en estos momentos, porque ustedes piensan, como, mira, ¿de qué me sirvió esta charla? Mira, por último, que te sirvió esta charla de entender que tú tenés suerte, que ustedes tienen suerte, que son afortunados y, oye, siéntanse felices por eso. Y tampoco hay que sentirse mal por la gente que no tiene, porque la verdad que ellos de alguna forma van a surgir, no todos, pero la gran mayoría. Y si tienen oportunidad como de ir a ayudar, pero de ayudar de una forma digna. Si ellos son personas como nosotros, pero yo soy de ellos, soy de ese lado, todavía me considero del bosque, porque ahí es donde llego. Bueno, estoy quedándome en un hotel ahora, gracias, muy bonito el hotel. Ahora en el diferente el bosque, pues, en el otro bosque, bosque norte. Pero igual el bosque. Y siéntanse felices, siéntanse orgullosos y ¿saben qué? Sáquenle provecho y si pueden ayudar a la gente en su camino, ayúdenla. Pero nunca se olviden que la inteligencia no es lo más importante, los aspectos cognitivos no es lo más importante, porque ustedes pueden aprender a aprender. El aprendizaje es algo flexible. Si ahora les va mal, por ejemplo, si a uno de ustedes les va mal en matemáticas o cosas así, no se preocupen, se pueden aprender, porque la mente es flexible. Y solamente eso. Y mantengan siempre las puertas abiertas y sean amables con personas que tienen un poco menos dinero. Gracias.